Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hey, welcome everybody into the house. Here we are live of your host Superman and a man. Second live stream today. This is going to be a lot of fun. And of course, today is our fun day. We're doing two good fun live sessions. This morning was absolutely hilarious with doing the big $250,000 trading. And of course, today we're going to be doing a informative side, and then we're going to get into a bit of a survey, and we're going to do that through a bit of a game, so or at least a voting game. So it's going to be fun for that too. So stay tuned for that. And of course, it may get a few insights from how people are thinking about things as well. So very, very cool. Let's get in some ducks though. Let's put some ducks in the house. We're going to get some background music. So we're going to put the feeding the ducks on. We're going to put that at a nice little 26 there as well. Let's get into the chat. Say hello. This is going to be pretty cool. Just grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, get involved, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I keep forgetting to always post this on the Twitter. So if you're out on Twitter, feel free to post it out there for sure. All right, cool. Let's get into the chat there. We've got Pulsechain in the house. Can't wait to watch this episode. Thanks for the shout out earlier on Hex Token. Yeah, it was awesome to see Pulsechain out there on, I think it was Discord Syndicate, and with Kinetics in the house. Very, very cool. It was very bullish to hear Kinetics talk about some of the stuff that he's got that they're working on. They're working hard, and so it's going to be less on YouTube and stuff like as we have seen, and really talking about the investment trust. Very bullish on the fact that could go public and get listed on something like a Nasdaq or something. That was super bullish for that. The other thing, of course, all the advisory stuff they're doing, is looking really positive too, and much, much more. So it's a big shout out to that, and always great to see Pulsechain in the house there. Very, very cool. Nice pool, by the way, at your sister's place. That was a pretty nice place to hang out for sure. So a big welcome for me, folks. Very, very cool. Now the topic is how to become a whale in crypto. Of course, how to become a whale in crypto. And of course, many, many people thinking about it. Well, this is probably your biggest opportunity, apart from a single projects, trying to pick single projects. This is a mammoth. This is the first time that you're going to get a chance to have a look at trying to become a whale on a brand new chain, the first system state copy of Ethereum, that is Pulsechain. So we're going to look at some of the opportunities here. Now, we typically look at some of the Richard Hart tokens, PulseX and Hex, and the incentive token. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the other tokens. So the other tokens a way of you becoming a whale in the ecosystem. So we're going to talk about that. It really is going to be a gold rush, a price discovery, and we're going to get into that too. So very, very cool. Stay tuned, folks. We've got Rev Group in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice Rev Group Hex Huddle in there too. Woo-hoo. Love it. All these woo-hoo-hoos. Going to keep up with that. Got to get my singing voice on for that one. And Creef in the house. Hi all. Good to see Creef there. Sandeep Chowdhury from India. Good to see Sandeep in the house too, and Taffrin with the money bags. Awesome stuff, man. Taffrin, you were pretty active there in the Discord there on Discord Syndicate, so really, really cool to see that. And Dingle Wolf in the house. PulseX is my chance for a Lambo. Yeah, that's right. So obviously we've talked a lot about Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX, and of course the incentive token. But in this video, we're going to be looking at the ERC20s outside of Richard Hart's ecosystem, and of course it's another way of you becoming a whale in crypto, and it's going to be a lot of fun to check that out. So here we are on pulsechain.com, and of course we've got the title here, Enrich ERC20 and NFT holders. So obviously Pulsechain is going to be the biggest airdrop in crypto history, and of course if you're new to Pulsechain, it's going to be the first system state copy of Ethereum. So there's been other forks of Ethereum, but they've pretty much launched empty, whereas a Pulsechain is the first one to launch with all the tokens and contracts on Ethereum over to Pulsechain. It is going to be incredible, folks. So the ERC20s will become PRC20s on Pulsechain, and that's what we're mainly talking about here today. Obviously, also NFT contracts, the 721s, the 1155s, which are more sort of general purpose, they're also coming over as well. So it's going to be a huge gold rush. If you're holding ERC20s and those NFT contracts over on Ethereum, you will already be at a front runner. You already have a good chance of becoming a whale because you're going to get that copied over onto Pulsechain. So that's the first thing. The first thing to take out is that the biggest airdrop in crypto history is about to happen. It's going to happen soon. And of course, if you're holding those tokens on Ethereum, you'll get their airdrop. But that's not what we're talking about particularly here. So you're going to get them copied over there, but they're going to start off, the price is going to start off at a zero. It's going to start off as zero. And of course, we're going to see them get priced up over time. And that's really the fun, exciting thing. That is the gold rush, to see all these tokens get priced up from zero. It's going to be fascinating. It's never been seen before. And so it's going to be a huge gold rush. And of course, people are going to be clamoring. If you've got an airdrop, of course, people will be clamoring to pick up your tokens. Maybe you've got a bit of Link or a bit of Uni token. People are going to be clamoring to get those tokens. So people at the beginning, because it could be relatively cheap, people might get a whole ton of these tokens very cheap. And of course, if you decide to sell them cheap because you got them as free as a copy on the airdrop, maybe later on they'll be worth 10x times high. You know what I mean? So this is what it's all about. No one knows it's price discovery, the biggest gold rush, the biggest opportunity in crypto. It's huge, huge. So we're going to look at that, folks, further on in the live stream. But there we are, folks. That's what's going on here. So the launch of Pulsechain is the largest airdrop in history. Thousands of Ethereum-based tokens and NFTs received their free Pulsechain versions, and that's what we're talking about. This new gold rush contains the value discovery of thousands of tokens and NFTs on the Pulsechain. It is massive. So if you're looking at how to become a whale in crypto, you know a lot of the asset prices have already priced up a lot. Obviously, we've pulled back a little bit in terms of the high prices. But if you're really trying to get those big X returns, those 10,000 X's, the 100 X's, all those sort of things, you're really finding it difficult to find those. This is going to be probably the biggest opportunity that you're going to get, is to get involved in Pulsechain and get on board and trying to get some of these tokens. Now, first 2 days, there's going to be ratio trading for the first day or two. So if you've got an airdrop, you'll be able to ratio trade some of those potentially. And of course, if you're also part of what the Richard Hart tokens with the sacrifices, you'll be able to ratio trade those as well. But of course, 2 days later, possibly, the bridge will open. And of course, Ethereum assets, so it's particularly stable coins, ERC20s, will be able to be bridged over as wrap tokens onto the network. And of course, added to the pools. And that's when the US dollar prices assessments really going to kick in. That's as soon as the US dollar start feeding in through some pools, it's going to feed through all the other pools, and a price discovery will happen. People will be clamoring over left and right to try and get tokens that they think are particularly valuable, particularly leaderboard ones on Ethereum. And of course, if you're holding some of those, that's good for you. That prices up your free airdrop. And of course, that's super exciting. The other thing, of course, is that other people will have all sorts of strategies. Maybe they want particular tokens, maybe they want others. The other thing, of course, some ERC20s might work better on Pulsechain than they do on Ethereum, and may get priced up at a premium over time, and that may happen fast. Others might take a little while to build up to a good price in relationship to the prices on Ethereum. Others, of course, may only have a small value compared to the Ethereum because maybe there's some utility issues. Maybe there's some burning features or something like that that has some limitations on their valuation on Pulsechain. There's lots of technical aspects to consider when we're talking about this biggest airdrop. So it's going to be absolutely fascinating. I think a lot of the things like metaverses and things like that struggle on Ethereum with the high gas fees will do super well on Pulsechain, because it's going to have super cheap fees and, of course, super fast. And you're going to own the keys to your coins, which is a very exciting part about Pulsechain. Unlike Polygon layer 2, you're not going to have issues like that, so it's going to be really, really cool. So that is kind of the heart of it, folks. But the main thing is there's going to be price discovery. Price discovery means opportunity for you if you're in early, and that's really important to know. So let's get onto it, folks. So Pulsechain is already up and running, so we're going to jump over there. Pulsechain testnet is the third testnet. This is testnet V2B, and of course you can see the link at the top there. That is the first one that is up and running. And you can find the link in the video description for this. That's scan.v2b. That is up and running. We've got 4-second blocks at the moment, but ideally it'll be running at 3-second blocks. It does vary a little bit from time to time, but that's running very, very fast. Now, consider that to Ethereum. That's running 13-second blocks. So just the blockchain itself on Pulsechain will add that utility value to the Ethereum tokens that are getting copied over to Pulsechain, giving them pricing in some sense of utility into the token. The next thing, of course, we've got is we've got all the applications that are going onto Pulsechain. We've got you can see here we've got the staking. So at Pulsechain, unlike Ethereum, because Pulsechain is a copy of Ethereum, but the thing is it's more superior because it's got a really efficient form of proof of stake. So it's fully proof of stake. There's no proof of work in it, and of course you'll be it's easy access for most people to be able to get on there and stake their Pulse tokens, which is the native token of a Pulsechain, compared to Ethereum on ETH on Ethereum. Pulse is the native token, or PLS is the ticker there for Pulsechain. And of course, people will be able to stake that with validators and earn a bit of the block rewards that get paid out for validating the blocks. So very, very exciting from that point of view. And of course, that's up and running. And we can see all the validators up and running there. You can see all of them. Obviously, there's going to be 33 validators here on Pulsechain. We can see that currently on Testnet is 286. No doubt there's going to be probably a more realistic number than that when Pulsechain goes live. But you can see that's up and running. So Pulsechain Testnet's up and running. Mainnet is expected pretty soon. We may have a version 3, but we may just go to mainnet. So we're waiting to hear about that, but it looks like it's getting soon for sure. So Pulsechain validators up and running. Proof of stake. You can stake your Pulse, get more Pulse, and of course let the price ride up and do its thing. The next thing, of course, is we've got the PulseX exchange. This is where you'll be able to. This is like Uniswap on Ethereum, and so you'll be able to swap your tokens. The other thing of this, of course, is that it's going to allow you to trade just thousands and thousands of assets, do liquidity pools. You'll be able to trade, do liquidity pools. You'll be able to do yield farming and one-sided staking as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. And of course, you can see on the info tab, you can see the total volume on the exchange, and of course, all of the leading tokens and the leading pools as well. So it's very, very exciting. And this is about to unleash economic potential. That means for you, an opportunity of a lifetime as the price discovery happens, how people compare, price these up on the Pulsechain versus Ethereum. So all the PRC20s are going to be what you get when you get the ERC20s copied over. They could be called PRC20s, and that will be on the Pulsechain. That's what's going to get priced up. That's the price discovery. So people who are going to get those at a discount, particularly tokens, they choose the right tokens, they'll be able to get those at a really good discount in large volumes and become a whale in crypto. That is the bottom line. So that means that you've still got to think about which token you want the most. So we're going to play a game a bit later and get our minds thinking about what that is. So very exciting. So as you can see, everything is coming, folks. Things have been built. It's running very well, and it's coming very soon. So this opportunity is something that you really need to keep on. It's the biggest thing in crypto in 2022 and likely much of 2023. It's going to be just continue to add value and potentially could dominate all the decentralized exchange market share as well. So pretty exciting to see what this could do. So at the moment, the total DEXs or decentralized exchanges is doing about $4 to $5 billion a day. And of course, imagine if PulseX here gets half of that, 50%. That'd be about $2.5 billion a day of volume. And of course, it's got some magical features like a buy and burn, which hasn't been seen before with a callable function. It's going to be very powerful to see that. So you can see a buy and burn function here. There's some of the special things that makes Pulsechain stand out, of course. So anyway, let's jump over to the bridge. There's also going to be the bridge. This is the main thing that you need to know is that if you haven't got airdrops, of course, you'll need to bridge funds over, and then you'll need to compete. So the first strategy is just to have assets on Ethereum. You're going to get a free airdrop onto Pulsechain, which is going to be amazing. But the second thing you need to think about is 1 or 2 days after the Pulsechain launches, you need to be able to bridge over funds. Maybe stable coins is probably the best one there, but whatever it is, you need to bridge it over and then start competing for the tokens on the chain. And of course, the more that you get on a particular token, particularly if it's a good pick, the better off you will be, and you'll be able to become a whale as you just hold those tokens and let the price markets do its thing in the months ahead. That's kind of where you're going to be at there. So some pretty awesome opportunities. Obviously, you need to do your own investment due diligence. What I'm saying is infotainment, so you just have to take that into account, but definitely check it out and have a look and see if it fits you. It really is a chance of a lifetime, probably is the biggest thing in crypto for many years to come, to be honest. So very exciting. Now, obviously, Richard Hart is the founder of all this, and of course, he was successfully founded Hex, which is now coming up to 2.5 years, 2.5 years in existence. So very mature. First DeFi product of its type, first certificate of deposit on the blockchain was Hex, and of course, very much the best performing crypto of much of 2020 and much of 2021. And of course, the future looks bright for Hex, especially with Hex being copied on over to the Pulsechain. So some pretty awesome stuff there. Richard Hart, I just want to make a big shout out to Richard Hart, who's hit over 200,000 followers on Twitter today. And I imagine when Pulsechain launches, you'll be seeing 500,000 and 1 million coming up pretty thick and fast. So huge congratulations to Richard Hart for hitting 200,000 followers on Twitter. The other next thing, of course, is that is pretty much what's happening, folks. So you're going to have the chance to really compete, either have your tokens on Ethereum, get them copied over to Pulsechain, and you'll be able to ratio trade those if you're after something else. in particular. The other thing, of course, you can also bridge over funds and then try and get assets while they're still relatively low before they really get priced up too much. So often at the gate, of course, some of the asset prices might go really high, and you might have to wait till they pull back a little bit, maybe after the initial furore, as it were, the excitement, and then just watch out for those little troughs that you get in the price. You'll be able to pick up a lot of volume and just let it ride up over time. So how will the PRC20s compare to the ERC20s? No one knows. We're all going to find out, but we can make probability guesses. We can speculate based on the current value of ERC20s on Ethereum, and that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to have a bit of fun with that, and hopefully you guys get involved. We're going to have some polls in that, and check out. We're going to share our knowledge amongst each other and making those assessments. So this should be quite insightful, folks. Let's get into it. Before we do that, we're going to go to the chat and check out everyone else that's going on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the introduction to the pretty much how to become a whale in crypto, and Pulsechain is that opportunity of a lifetime. So let's get into it. Brownie's in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good to see Brownie in the house there. We got the TDM as well, PulseX. Excited about that. Me too. The 4 best things in life: XPLS, PLX, and Hex Token. Says Hex Token Channel, says Brownie. I like that. Nice little add on there. What's your PulseX prediction, says TDM. And we've got Tic Tac in the house as well. Happy Saturday. Nice. All right. So yeah, let's get on to the cryptocurrencies there. We've got obviously onto CoinGecko here. And I've just hit the filter here with Ethereum. So I've got the filter on Ethereum, and of course that means that we're only looking at assets with Ethereum. Now we're going to ignore the stable coins. So we still don't know what they're going to be worth, particularly Tether and USD, which are backed by either fiat or crypto assets of some form. So we're going to jump past those. Those will probably get priced up at some value, but whether they get custodially supported is another issue. So the stable coins are going to be a bit of a question mark over those. But we're going to jump past through the stable coins. We're going to get to Shiba Inu at the top there. So I've made a little list here. We've got a little list on a spreadsheet. Yes, nice. And look at this gold rush on the right here. I like that gold rush. And of course, I've made a little list here, and we can look at the pros and cons of that. We've got Shiba Inu at the top, and of course we've got Kronos, and then we've got Polygon Matic, and then we've got Chainlink. So we're excluding the stables and a couple of the other tokens there, and we're jumping to these links here. So we've just got them ranked. So we've got Shiba, Kronos, Matic, Link there, and actually I think I've missed on something. We've also got pretty much the basic type that they are. So Shiba being a meme coin, Kronos being an exchange, Matic being a chain, Link being a smart contract chain type thing. And of course, what we're jumping over to the next one, we've got a few more coming up. So we've got FTX token, Leo token, OKB, and Uniswap. And there are next ones on the left. So we're just looking at the top ones, top 12s in particular. Obviously, there's many thousands of ERC20s tokens that are going to be copied over to Pulsechain. So we've got FTX, Leo, OKB, and it's the Uniswap here at number 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all exchanges as well. So Leo particularly is Bitfinex, if you're familiar with that. So cool. And then we'll look at the next ones coming up. We've got Axie Infinity or Axis there. We've got Decentraland Mana, who I think particularly will benefit from Pulsechain big time with the super cheap and super fast fees. It's really a decentralized type of area, sort of product or platform does need that kind of environment where it's super cheap, super fast. We've got Sandbox as well, and finally Phantom. So they're in the top 45, and we've just selected those because they are high value. And of course, if we put those up there, we've got Axie, Decentralized, Sandbox, and Phantom. Now, there may be some technical aspects to these particular tokens or the nature of the tokens that impacts the value that they may have on Pulsechain. And so we can talk about those too. If you've got any issues around any particular tokens, let us know in the chat. It's really about sharing information amongst everybody. Maybe you own some of these tokens. You're very in depth into the community. You know exactly what's going on with these particular tokens. Then you can share that information. That's really, really cool. So we've got Axie Infinity as GameFi, Decentralized as Metaverse, Sandbox as GameFi, and Phantom as a chain. Those are kind of basic assessments. They have many more products built over the top of them, especially the exchanges as well. All right, so no surprises there. We've got also the prices that I took a price timestamp there just earlier. We've got the prices all there at the moment. And of course, this is what we're talking about, price discovery on Pulsechain. So what are the prices going to be worth? This is what they are at the moment on Ethereum. And of course, these are going to be different on Pulsechain because of the 10 to 1,000 to 1 adjustment with the Pulsechain supply versus Ethereum. So they'll be a bit different, but just giving you an indication of the value that these are on the market chat. So the prices will probably be different, but the market caps is what we're talking about in terms of how much of the market cap can we actually get in the gold rush is probably the way to look at that. So the key would be to accumulate as much volume if you think that on Pulsechain, some of these would actually get priced up quite a lot. And so we've got these market caps here, 13 million there for Shiba. Now we already know Shiba's quite I guess exposed to Pulsechain already. We already see that on PulseX. If we go to the tokens here on PulseX, we can already see that Shiba is being traded around. In fact, it was on the front page at one stage. Just trying to find that now on here. There's Shiba at number 24 there. So people playing around with that already on the Pulsechain, on PulseX. And of course, we've also got Kronos there. Now, Shiba, of course, is going to have some innovations. I think they're doing some burning functions, things like that. So they've got stuff going. Kronos, of course, very popular. And imagine if one of these, if it was Kronos, one of these exchanges that was actually going to be listing Pulsechain, imagine that could be really valuable, right? So maybe it's Kronos, maybe it's Bitfinex, maybe it's FTX, something like that, or OKB. Imagine some of them listing Pulsechain. We know that one has already shown interest in doing that, so we could end up getting half a dozen of them as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see that. We've got obviously second layer Ethereum there, Matic. That should be worth something on Pulsechain. So it's going to be interesting. We've got Link as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what these are worth on the chain as they get priced up in relation to what the Pulsechain at the moment. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But you can see all the market caps here: 11 billion, 10 billion for chain, Link at 7 billion. You got all these other chains: 6 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion, 4.5 billion here for Uniswap. You've got Axie Affinity, 4 billion. Decentraland, which is still holding up pretty good value at 3.5 billion there, and GameFi there at 3.4 billion, and finally Phantom there at 3.2 billion. The total of these top 12 is 76.7 billion. So there's a gold rush, folks. How much of this will get priced onto Pulsechain when it actually emerges? Will it be 10% of this total value? Will it be 20%, 30%? So if we had that, it would be a massive amount, right? So amazing. So what percentage of that's going to be, we don't know. It's really we're going to find out, but it really is the gold rush of the crypto world. Really is going to be amazing to see how this all plays out. All right, so cool. We've got that in the house. Let's go to the chat, and we've got quite a few people watching, 50 people. So we're going to get into that. Hexforce says, "What's up, everybody?" I like it, Hexforce. Kira, bro, says Simon. Hey, good to see you, Simon. Kira, back to you. And Crypto Tycoon says, be careful. Actually, they had a hack about a week ago, says Crypto Tycoon. So that's a good insight there from CT there. I have only 10 million PulseX. PulseX reached $1, says Virginia. Nice one there. Yeah, so we're not talking about Pulse or PulseX in this video. So if any questions around PulseX, we're not going to be talking about that because this is the first video where we're not talking about that. So just take that into account. We are talking about the non-Richard Heart tokens in this live stream. So there we are. We've got all this at the moment, of course, 36.6 billion. Imagine getting even a tenth of that value, 7.6 billion, something like that. That'd be amazing. And imagine getting 50% of that value, because some of these it might actually operate better. The other thing, of course, is the teams incorporating the mana version for decentralized into their platforms. That would be massive for uptake as well. So this is not talking about projects that have signaled that they're building on Pulsechain. These are projects possibly like Trust Swap and things like that. This is talking about just some of the leading tokens that are potentially going on. These got the big, massive market caps. These are the big, big values. There's the chance to become big, big whales. So the big idea of becoming a whale is to get volume. And then, of course, you're speculating on the price that, hey, if these tokens are valuable somewhere else, and, of course, Pulsechain offers better efficiency, better operation, better experience, then potentially they could get value on the other chains, particularly if they're quite standalone. In other words, they're not integrated into too many things, that they have a lot of standalone value. They could get priced up quite a lot. And of course, we know in crypto, the perception, momentum, speculation often gives a lot of value to these tokens, which are going to be incredible to see that all play out. And of course, as if organizations do come in and say, hey, this is actually operating really cheaply, really fast, this would be add a lot of value to our user experience, then they will, may integrate it into their blocks. And therefore, if you have got a hot ton of those tokens for cheap, then that could get a massive price run up. The other side of course, is if you do own a lot of those tokens, you can get onto those platforms and say, hey, why don't you guys, there's all these airdrops over on the Pulsechain, why don't you guys add this into your user experience, put it in your UI so we can use it in game or in platform, that sort of thing. So it's got a few opportunities there, particularly in these last three here, actually decentralized sandbox, stuff like that. So pretty cool. The other thing, of course, is there are many other tokens in here, of course, that could be value priced up. So it doesn't have to be these top ones. There's many other. There's over look up to a number 102 here. Gate token is over $1 billion in value. So many opportunities. Don't have to have the biggest ones. You could find some real good gems that got very good market caps. And maybe some of these are already looking at utilizing Pulsechain because it's going to be super cheap, super fast. That basic utility means that their project really will work properly, as opposed to having high gas fees, slow transactions, etc. On the Ethereum chain. So lots of opportunities in that list. We're not going to go through the whole list, obviously. There are many thousands of tokens there. But once again, it's the kind of basic idea, just to get the seed, the idea there. So we've got these top 10, folks. What we're going to do is we're going to do a poll, and we're going to sort of try and select the ones that maybe people like the most there. Now I'm going to do a random generator. This is just a blunt exercise, not supposed to be purely scientific, but we're going to get a random generator here, and we're going to generate a couple of numbers. So we've got number 12 there, and we're going to pull that up. So this is the fun part of the game, I guess. This is a way of sharing knowledge. So we're going to do that. So number 12. And we're going to put a little yellow on that one. We've got Phantom number 12. We're going to generate another number, number 10. We've got decentralized in there. And let's wait for that. So number 10 and number 6. We've got number 6. That's Leo token. And of course, that's Bitfinex. We've got one more. So number 7. Hey, we come up Oki as well. OKB, as we say, OKB. And we're going to put that up for a poll. So let me just get in the chat there. And let's post a poll, and which one do you think will perform? Which one do you think will to there's so many permutations of 4, so I got to be careful with this question. Which do you think will that? And we're going to put in the tokens that we've got. We've got Leo, it could be. We've priced that one in, and we've also got Mana and Phantom. All right, so we're going to do the permutations of that. So we've got which one do you think? I haven't finished the sentence there. Which do you think will be priced up the best? Which do you think will be priced up the best? Best opportunity. Right, so from this 4, get into the poll there, folks. Check that out. And I'm just making this up as we go, so just be cool with the it's not scientific. So No Name says, I have no idea what will have value, so I'm sticking with X and wrapped ETH, says No Name. Nice one. I'm looking at Chainlink's Hexforce. Yeah, I kind of feel like Chainlink's a good one too, Hexforce one. Brazil says Maximus is still in testnet, only right, can't add real Hex yet. No, it was in, we tried that yesterday on the live show there, Brazilji, and I had just missed the mint phase, so that's why it stopped working. So they're actually, as I understand, they're looking to go to the minting phase, which is a 2-week launch, and that's coming out pretty soon. That's the way I understand it, methodology. I would just stay tuned to their Twitter account to get the launch details. That's kind of where they're up to. They've done the testnet on version 2, version 2B. I think the first one must have finished maybe a day or two before I did the live stream yesterday, because they launched it on the 31st, and it was running, I think, for 7 days. So that probably finished on the 6th is my estimation there. So I think they are gearing up for the minting phase launch, which will last for 2 weeks. At the end of that point, of course, you will get they will stake it for 555. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much they hex are getting there. That's for sure. Queef says, will you be talking about this about NFTs this stream? Yeah, not NFTs this stream there, Queef. Not this one, but it is a topic coming up for the future for sure. Tic Tac says, yeah, mate, won't launch for a few days. Yeah, that's right. The Maximus will be open 15 days. Crypto Copy stream last night worth watching. Yeah, okay, check out Crypto Copy's one on that one. Robert Dumura says, need to decide on what the reward token will be through the DAO. Hey, yeah, so we've got obviously got the incentive token for the yield farms, but I guess you're referring to the one-side staking there, Robson. Hex, Craig Welling's in the house. Hey, Craig. Hey, nice shout out to you on Discord Syndicate with Pulsechain. It was pretty cool seeing both of you on there. And that's shout out for the mention as well. Big shout out for Craig. Yeah, woo. Yeah, if you haven't followed Gen Hex, hit the channels tab. You'll find Gen Hex, Craig Welling there. Go follow Craig, doing awesome stuff. Rosie says, got it. Thank you for the answer. Cool. All right, so how we're doing here on the votes? We've got 12 votes. Nice. And it looks like we've got 2 selections there. Nice. Okay, cool. In fact, I was trying to think. I remembered how I was going to play this, and I've got to remember that I've got to get it right. So cool. Craig says, I went on to emotionally support Pulsechain. Yeah, I thought you had a pretty good message though about upcoming content creators and how you were providing a panel and a platform in addition to your own content on your channel. I thought that was really good. The message was loud and clear, so it was good. Nice one. It was good to see some new faces on Discord Syndicate too. Yeah, so it's good to have you on that. Nice. I was a bit busy at the time, so I didn't want to go on. All right, cool. Yeah, what do we got here? So we've got 12 votes. Let's end the poll on this one. We've got 13 votes. 13 votes. Actually, we're going to finish this up. Yeah, let's finish this poll, and we're going to end the poll for this particular one. We've got more polls coming, so it's going to be a bit of fun, folks. Get involved. It really is about that, about having fun here. We're going to have good times. You'll probably get me laughing about it later. Robinson says it's rumored that you won't be able to stake PLSX initially. PLX sacrifices will need to decide on staking rewards before any pools go live. Time to hodl. Yeah, so apparently the one-sided staking pool is not going to be out immediately. So that's been word from the devs there. You can get into the devs chat on Telegram, and if you want to get the latest and greatest and query them there, you can do that. I don't know what the access is to that particular group, so I don't know if you have to have VIP access or what. But they have that stuff. Brazil says support that meme. That meme was straight abuse. That meme was so straight abuse. All right, cool. Hey, so we've got what do we got here? We got what is the winner? We've got Mana at 61%, and I think so too. That's Mana, and I've got it on this spreadsheet. So this is only a view only. The one that you guys are looking at view only. I have to do it on this other sheet. So we've got this one, and what's the other one we got? We got Phantom. So Phantom there. So cool. So those are the top 2 there, and now we're going to get into the next ones. I'm going to randomly pick some more numbers here as we go. So we're going to hopefully it's not going to get a repeating number. That's the only problem with generating random numbers. We've got number 8 Uniswap. That works well for me. So we've got number 8 Uniswap. We're going to put this in the second pool, and bam. Sorry, I haven't done that one. All right. We got the second pool. What else? We need another number. So we can generate number 4. That works for me. Matic is good when you don't get repeats. I'm not sure whether it's doing that on purpose. It's supposed to be random. We've got Matic in number 2. Number 7, I've already done number 7. Number 10, already done number 10. Number 2, Kronos, that works well for me. And we've got number Kronos there. Let's get into it. Bam. And let's generate another number. Number 3, we've already got that. And number 3 again. Are you serious? How many 3s do we get? Is that like, it reminds me of if you go to like Bitfury or somewhere and play. We've got Shiba Inu at number 1. Boy, that's heavily weighted to the big ones, unfortunately. I was trying to do a random thing to avoid getting the big numbers because let me just get out of there. because it kind of ruins the data a little bit. But hey, that's what we got, so I'm going to put it in. All right, so cool. Let's jump over here. This is what I just highlighted. These are the ones that got randomly generated, and of course we're going to put in a second poll here. Bear with me, folks, as we do that. Cool zip. Hey, we're rocking it up here on this channel. We're just having some fun here on the good old Friday/Saturday. Saturday here in New Zealand, but maybe Friday night somewhere up in the northern part of the world. So just the way it is. So we've got, I'm going to random this up though. We've got Shiba Inu. We'll put that in the house. So Shib. I'll just put Shib, Shib. Everyone knows what Shib is. What else we got? Put Uniswap. I'll put Uniswap next. We'll put Uniswap. I'll put the full name for that. Uniswap. What else we got? We got Kronos and Matic. There we go. So Matic. I'll just mix that up a bit. And Kronos. All right, cool. Let us know out of these ones. Let's go. These got 3 of the heavyweights in them, or 4 really, if you think about it. Even though the market cap of Uniswap's lower than the others, it's definitely they're all heavyweights in the Ethereum blockchain. So let us know. We're going to open this up for about I don't know, about 5 minutes. So feel free to get in there, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Now, basically, the good thing we're finding out of this is what people generally think. Like, we're all in different projects. We all have different various knowledges about particular projects. And, of course, a good way of sharing what people think are going to do better. It's kind of like that. Now, this isn't scientific purely, but it kind of gives you a little bit of a guide into some of the things that people are thinking. Cool. Craig says, while I was making it, I was thinking almost done. Don't change the subject, you fellas. Laugh. Yeah. Robin says, if anyone needs added to the dev group, let me know. I can add you in. Oh, really, Robson? Okay. Well, once I get back onto Telegram, I will definitely be following you up on that one, Robson. Appreciate that. Big shout out. Bajaj says it was a good one. Yeah, it was a good session. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Sup, peoples? It's Now's in the house, everybody. We have to salute for it's now. Like it up. Yeah, definitely subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, folks. And we're really rocking it up here on this channel and going for gold. So I think we're going up to it's 5:38 p.m. in the afternoon here. We'll probably go up to 5:42 for the poll. 5 minutes is about a good amount of time, I think. How Shib ever did 400,000x, I will never know. Yeah, well, I knew someone that was a whale. They accumulated Shib early on and just speculated on it, and that ended up changing their whole life. They paid off their house and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I thought it was such a such a shot in the dark. But that's crypto for you. Crypto always has a few random ones like that. That's for sure. But of course, they keep evolving it, trying to add more to it. As I understand it, there is a burn function coming up for Shiba, if I remember rightly. Creef says it used to have a market cap of like 10,000, something like that. Yeah. All right, cool. 10,000, yeah, it was pretty small. All right, so we've got 17 votes. So how long? 2 minutes ago, so we still need to still got a couple minutes left in that vote. We'll probably put about 5 minutes, seems about right. So at the moment, we've got our leaders here is Decentraland and what was the other one that was doing well? Decentraland and Phantom. So they're our 2 leaders. Let me just upload that. And Phantom and boom. All right, so we've got those 2. We're going to find the top 2 in the next one. And we've got how many votes? 19 votes. I think we've got more votes. Yeah, we had 13 votes in the first one. We've got 19 votes now. Get in and vote, folks. This is part of the fun. We're trying to do a bit of which one of these top. These are all top ones, the top 45 on Ethereum chain that aren't stable coins or some sort of wrap thing. And so this is really projects. We've got Shiba Inu meme coin, Kronos Exchange, Matic Exchange, Link smart contract chain, and we've got FTX, Leo token, OKB, Uniswap, Axie Infinity, Decentraland. I really think that Decentraland and the GameFi ones would do really well on Pulsechain, and I think these are definitely some target ones that we should be spreading the word to and as best we can, because I think they're going to do really well. So we've got 3 minutes on the clock there. So I just realized that there's a nice little clock there on the poll. We've got 3 minutes on that. So we're going to wait for 5 minutes, give you plenty of chance to vote. 55 people watching. Great to see you all in the chat, by the way. Yeah, which do you think will be priced up the best? ERC20s, SHIB, Uniswap, Matic, Kronos as well. Now, obviously, when you're on the chain, and particularly if you're new to Pulsechain, not familiar, you've just seen this video, that everything on Ethereum is going to get copied over to Pulsechain, and it's going to be the biggest airdrop in crypto history. It's the first time that Ethereum has ever been forked with the whole full system state, all the contracts coming over. And previously, the forks of Ethereum have been empty for the most part, and of course they have to build up the ecosystem, the amount of users and stuff like that. And some of them have done extremely well straight out of the gate, just really massive growth. Obviously, Polygon's doing 3 to 4 million transactions on a daily basis. A Binance Smart Chain is doing about 6 million. So really, imagine what Pulsechain is going to do. Yeah, the light bulb goes on, right? It's like, man, oh man, if you've got the full system state copy, these guys did that well. Imagine what Pulsechain is going to do. It's really going to be amazing stuff. All right, so 5 minutes is up, so we're going to end that poll. 21 votes. Let's end it. And cool, we've got the results coming in there. And which do you think? We've got SHIB at 71%, Uniswap at 9%, Matic at 9%, Kronos at 9%. We've got a three-way tie there. So I'm just going to take the SHIB. I'll just take the SHIB. I'm not sure this is going to be mathematically correct, but we're going to take SHIB there. And let's take the SHIB one, and bam. And we're going to bold that. That's cool. And I think that, what's the other one there? We have got another one. We've got Uniswap, Matic, and Kronos. So we'll take that. We've got SHIB, Decentralized, and Phantom so far. So cool. We're going to, what was my actual winning one at the top there? Maybe we'll just jump out. We've got Mana at the top, Metaverse. Maybe we'll just take the Metaverse. We might just leave out, let's just leave out Phantom then. We'll leave Phantom off the block there since there's a chain. So far we've got Decentralized and SHIB. We'll just take those two. Now we've got our final one. Now we don't need the generator for this because we've only got 4 left. So this is our final poll before we get to the final round. So we've got these 3 preliminary rounds, then the final round. So that's where we're coming up to a moment. So this is kind of working out. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's put this in, and it may be a structurally influenced result, but to some degree, but otherwise it's working out pretty good. So we've got link FTX. So I can put link. And the next one we're going to have Sandbox, and the next one we're going to have is FTX. Now we have Axie. Put Axie in the next one. Axie, and gotta get my spelling right. Axie, yeah, that's it. Axie, and then finally we've got the last one, folks. It's going to be FTX. Nice. So which one do you think will price at the best? All right, so there's our third preliminary polls, is the final one before we get to the final round. So we're going to have 3 at the end. That's for our final poll. That's going to be the big one there. So get in there, folks. We did 13 votes on the first one, 21 votes on the second one. Let's see if we can beat 21. We got 58 to 60 people watching, so we should be able to get some pretty good results on that. So get in and vote on round number 3. Round number 3. I should get some sound effects, right? Don't forget, grab yourself a drink, sit back and relax. We're having a bit of fun time here. This is the second live stream today. If you haven't checked out the first one we spent $250,000, and we ended up buying. What did we end up buying? I can't remember. Some token. I just forgot. I completely forgot what it is. No, I'm just kidding. We've got the answers down here. Yeah, we got trade game. We bought Algo, and we bought 41.4 million Algo. And of course, we bought it for 250,000. We actually made money straight away. I think there was a bit of market manipulation going on, but we didn't do that. And we also bought some Maxi as well. Yes, we did, folks. We bought Maxi and it hasn't even out yet. I'm just kidding. It was just test Maxi. We bought $4,000 worth of that or thereabouts, close to. Nice. Actually, I got 10,000 Hex there. I think it was 10,000 Hex, not 1,000 Hex. So that's a little typo, but classic. All right, so let's see how the poll's going. Get into the poll. 12 votes so far. We can do better. 13 votes. Only 1 minute in, though. We've got 4 minutes to go. before we close that off. So get in the vote, folks. Cool. Let's get into the chat. We've got a few chats going on there. Hey, that's now says Craig. Hey. And Queef's in the house. Hiya. Good to see you from Queef. Lies Beneath says, hello, how are you today? Very good, Lies Beneath. Very, very good. And hello, all says Hex, eHex, Pulse, and PulseX for the win. I think so too. That seems very exciting. Now, if you we're looking at ERC20s in this particular video, because typically we do cover Pulse and PulseX and Hex most days. So definitely check out some of those other videos if you want to look at that particular stuff. Lyle Hayes says, Pulsechain, you will be assimilated. I like where you're heading with that. I like that. I might use that as a theme. That's a pretty good theme now, Lyle. And Mr. Frozen House from India as well. Good to see you, sir. Morning, sir, from Calcutta, India. Very, very cool. We've got 2 people from India today, which is 2 regulars. We really love them a lot. It's great to have them. Jen Hex says, swoosh that like. Yes, smoosh that like. You definitely smoosh the like there, folks. Subscribe. We're heading up towards 3,800 subscribers. And hey, Craig, did you actually have your panel show on yet? Or was that coming up on Saturday? I think it's on Saturday. Yeah, I think it's on Saturday. Squirrel says, Craig. And Red Squirrel's in the house. Hey, good to see Red Squirrel in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. And Sugar said, do you think the about the ETH fee considerations relative to each project? Yes, I haven't talked about that, Sugar. We're ignoring the amount of tokens and the adjustment for the amount of relative market cap from Pulse to Ethereum and how that will affect ERC20. So we're ignoring all that. FTX will beat others, says Brazology. Nice. And Sugar says some projects may have more demand for transaction frequency to play optimally. Others may have something resembling an S-load, etc. It might be cool to add to your breakdown. Yeah, we're just doing a simple estimate. Or what we want you to get is do comments just like you've made, and that provides a bit of insight to people as we're considering. This is a bit of a fun way of sharing knowledge and learning, and sort of thinking about what actually are these tokens going to be worth up. How can you become a crypto whale? And of course, accumulating a lot of volume while other people maybe they're distracted by other tokens. And of course, maybe you can pick up a lot of Link or something like that, a lot of Shiba, and get a big bag while the price is still cheap. So it's speculative, right? So we just don't know how that's going to play out. Love you too, says Mr. Farage. Hey, nice one. Big heart too. Very, very cool. And Craig Wax says Saturday. Yes, so Craig Wedding's going to have a big show with many of our the content creators that are in our sort of our sphere of society, as it were. Is going to be having a lot of up and comings, including a couple of the new female content creators. So definitely want to check that out. Give them a lot of support as well. Crypto cookies and cryptos in the house with the fire. Hey, we've got 1 more minute left, folks. 1 more minute left for the vote. We're about to close, and it's almost 5 minutes. And Craig says, hey, cookies and crypto. Always good to see cookies and crypto in the house. Tip of the hat to you, sir, Red Squirrel. Tip of the hat, I like that. Superman is the real one, says Jonathan Kapala. Hey, Jonathan, always a pleasure to see you in the chat, and I love your support. So we're almost up to 5 minutes, not quite yet, so still going. So we've got a minute to go getting the votes. Hey, we're already beaten. Third round has already beaten the previous votes. We had 13, then 21, so far 26, and we've got just under 1 minute to go for the poll to finish. We got Paul Wells in the house. Hello from Poland. Good to see you from Poland. Hey, Poland's actually a place I want to visit. I think that there's probably a lot of cool stuff there that I'm not aware of, and I kind of feel like there's a place I want to go and see. And I think it's probably, I don't know, it's kind of got a whole ton of classic older buildings. I love history, and I think it's probably seems like a pretty clean place as well. So looking forward to that. Cookies and crypto says, likewise, Superman, likewise. And is that a cup of coffee? Is that a cup of coffee? I think that is. You already know. All right, so we're up to 28 votes. We're almost finished. It's almost up to closing on round number 3. And which do you think will be priced up to the best? And let's see. We've got we do have a winner there so far. Winner chicken dinner. Now this is not completely scientific. Of course, we have going to have 3 out of. We had 4 random. It was done by random numbers at the beginning. Just so there we are. Hey, there we are. We're closing the poll. 29 votes. I thought we could get 30, but 29 is pretty good. And of course, here's round 3 finished. This is our preliminary round. We're going straight to the finals now. You heard it here first. You guys have selected it. The random number selected it, but you guys chose it. How about that? That's just the way it goes. So nice. Here we go. Which do you think will be priced up the best? Link 37%, Sandbox 20%, Axie 20%, FTX 20%. But Brazilji says Axie, FTX is the one to go with. So some insights there. Brazil says Poland seems like a really cool place to visit. Lots of history. I think so too. And the people seem pretty nice from what I've seen on TV and so forth. So the prerogative. Was it a prerogative? I'm trying to say what that word is. Smash the like button, says Pulse Goddess. Absolutely. Love that. Good to see Pulse Goddess in the chat there. And let's go. All right, we're up to the final round. So let's get to the numbers. Let me just update. We've got the winner is Link there. So we're going to go Link is the winner. And so we've got the final three. So let's get into the spreadsheet there. We're going to whale game. So we had the first round, we had Decentralized. That was Mana. The second one we had Shiba, and then the third one, do we have Shiba? Yeah, and the third one we had was Link. So those are our final three. That's for the final round. So we're going to set that up right now. So it'll only be three to choose from. I'll just double check that I've got everything linked there. Shib and and Mana. Yeah, cool. So I've got all those. Nice. All right, let's set up this poll. This is the final poll. This is the final round as we move through. So cool. This is the main event, the grand finale. Whatever you want to call it. It's how many different ways can I say it? That's just the way it is. So let's go here. Let's put it in some sort of random order. 1 to 4, 1 and 4. I don't know if you can put that in a random generator, but let's put in. I'm going to put Lincoln first, and then I'm going to put in Mana next, and then I'll finally put in Shib. All right, here we go, folks. This is the final. I'm going to put that word in the top there. Final round. I should put final round. Final round. Final round. Final round. All right. Actually, I'll put an exclamation mark there. Final round. Boom. And then, which do you think will be the priced up the best? All right, there we go. Bam. 5 minutes. Final round. We can do it. Now, what is going to be the one that people may or may not be after the most to become a crypto whale? And of course, Pulsechain is the opportunity of a lifetime to do that. We will not see anything like this for a very long time in crypto land, unless someone does something absolutely groundbreakingly innovative in crypto, which can happen. We all know that. We're not going to see something like this at such a large value chain. We can already see that all these valuations on all these ETH projects on Ethereum is ginormous. Now we just had to look at, we took some of the biggest market caps from the top 45, but of course there are many others, thousands and thousands of them. We could end up with probably 5 or 6, maybe even 6,000 active trading pairs on PulseX. So you can see how big the scale of this is going to be. We know that there's over 500,000 contracts in the token contract on Etherscan. It is a pretty big deal. We will see how it all plays out in the end game, but this is going to be amazing to see that. So very cool. Let's see who wins. This is the main event. I'm a bit nervous. Are you nervous? I'm nervous because I'm just nervous about this because I feel there can only be one winner. There can only be one winner, and that's the fun part of this game. So cool. All right, so let's see. I'm not even looking at the results. So I've got to look at the results because we've got 1 minute in. For 1 minute in, we've got 18 votes, folks. 1 minute and 18 votes. Let's see out of those. Let's see if those are on the leaderboard on PulseX. We're going to go into. We've got Shiba on page 3 at number 24 at the moment. That was on page 1 at the beginning. What else we got? We got Shiba, and we got Mana and Link. So have we got any of those already on PulseX being traded on the testnet? Remember, this is just a testnet. It's just pretend, not really real. We got Mana and Link. Metaverse Link. I thought we did have Link on here. Just seems to be Shiba at the moment. So I thought we had one of those on there. That's on the top page anyway. So that's all I can see. Just Shiba there at the moment. So let's find out what the results are. We've got 3 minutes to go, or so, about 3.5 minutes until we finish off this round. Very cool. What else we got? Dan Max says Poland is beautiful. Lots of sobering history there, says Denmark. And Brazil says FTX because they are building real world value with their exchange and marketing. The others are speculative. That's probably a good point there, Pulsechain. Thanks for the insights. So remember to take, we're going to get some cool insights. This is part of the benefit of doing this game at the moment, the sort of survey game, we might call it. Pierogies is how they pronounce pierogies. Well done. I like it when people break that down into a eatable bite. Paul Scotty says, hey family, and Fat Boy loves me some pierogies. Pierogies, nice. Pierogies is Paul Scottis. I didn't know what that is. What is it? Can you explain? I've actually not heard of. I've maybe heard of it, but I don't think I've heard of it. We've got 3 minutes. We got 2 minutes to go. We got 24 votes. We can definitely do a record. Our first vote in the preliminary round was 13. Then we did 21. Then we did 29. Let's see if we can beat 29 for the final round. It's the final countdown. A nice one, Brazil. I like that. That's one of the great anthem rock songs for sure. Robson says, how do you want me to contact you to add you to the dev chat? You can hit me up on at Token Hex on Twitter, at Token Hex on Twitter. I used to be, obviously, my moniker online is Superman, and that's what I had on Telegram, but I've been knocked off for quite a while now. I need to get back on there. So just hit me up on there. That's probably the best way. Brazalji says the results are overwhelming, says Brazalji. I'm trying not to look at the results. We've got 4 minutes. We've got a minute to go. We can get more votes than this. There are 54 people watching, and we can get more votes. Let's get more votes than this. We've got 24 votes. We need to get over 30 at least. We've been growing. I think we were growing about 7 votes per poll, but we need to keep going on that. Piraji, I think Shiba Army will come strong, says Lies Beneath. I think you're probably a good chance of that too. Dan, spell correct, trick me, says Dan Hicks. This month likely to launch mainnet. It's a good possibility, Mr. Frage. Richard has a puppies live stream coming up. Maybe the puppies live stream could be it. Who knows? We've also got the end of the some theories here. We've got the end of the party token coming up. That's coming up there. I'm not sure if that time's the same time. 17 hours to go for the party token reward to finish. Some people have conspiratized that is a possible launch. I'm not sure if that times with Richard Hart's live stream, which I think he's got upcoming. So yeah, my point is maybe the 18th of April at the earliest, but possibly early May is probably somewhere in that ballpark. A Danish pancake. Oh, Danish pancake. That sounds delicious. Tic tac. An eatable bite. I see what you did there. Lol, pierogi is a European potato dumpling, basically, is it? Oh wow, that's put the potato. I like the cream. I thought it was like a cream donut. 5 minutes. We're almost finished. 27 votes. We're not even over 30. Let's get the votes in. We got almost finishing, about 30 seconds to go on the final round. We got 27 votes. We didn't even do as well as round 3. Come on, everybody, get out and vote. We've got 52 people watching. I'm sure we can make it. Give it your best shot. Cool. And Pulse Guy says, where do I see PulseX the token amounts? You're talking about the sacrifice amounts, Pulse Goddess. If you want it after that, we can show you that's over here under sacrifice checker. So you can connect your wallet up and see that. All right, we're going to end the poll. Unfortunately, we didn't beat our round 3 numbers. We've got 27 though. So the winner is, which do you think will be priced out the best? Shiba, 66%. Woohoo! Congratulations. We're not worthy. Good call. All right, so that won by a landslide. Link came in at number 2, 22%, and Mana at number 11%. I think we need to work a bit on the Mana there, but that's pretty good result. So thanks everybody for participating in the fun game of how to become a whale of crypto. There's some targets particularly that you might think about accumulating a lot of volume of, and possibly maybe that's the winner. So the Shiba Army will come, as they're called. And I think they will actually. I think they'll come in a big way. We also know, I think Shiba's going to be at PulseCon, if I remember rightly. I think Shiba's going to be at PulseCon. Let's pull up PulseCon. Pretty sure Shiba's already up in the PulseCon business. We'll get out of there, and I think PulseCon. A little blurry there for some reason. Pretty sure actual Shibas in there already on the Pulsechain. I'm sure they were on early. They probably got some conference tables or something. Not sure if that's part of it there. I'm sure that they were in there early on there. Anyway, I can't see them now, but they were definitely had something up there earlier on Pulsechain. I've got Pulsechain booked in. So, folks, Pulsechain's going to come in here on the 15th. So we're going to have a special live show on Pulsechain with probably T-Money, I think. So that should be good. All right, so there was our winner, Shiba. That is the number one. And, of course, $13 billion. Imagine how much of that are we going to get? Are we going to get 10%, 20%? That's the next poll. I'm going to definitely do the next poll there. Brazolji's given you the link. Thank you, Brazolji, for that. We're getting a couple of copies here. We're going to go to that one. Quick, do you think it's a good time to get out of USDC on the testnet? I can't really give you that answer there, Queef. I mean, really, that's financial advice. Of course, we just give infotainment here. And, of course, I do give opinions, but they're my own. It's probably the way to go. Obviously, we don't know. Your USDC will be worth something on the ETH chain, so it's valuable to that. Obviously, if you're wanting to get copies, my general comment is, Hex is the obvious kind of a good one. At least maybe not obvious, but the good one. It is kind of obvious, but the good one to get copied over. Once again, you've still got price variability. As soon as you go out of stablecoin, you've got price variability. Just take that into account there quick. But obviously, you can ratio trade that maybe for PulseX, or hold the Hex. Get the copy on the Pulsechain. You can have Hex on Pulsechain. There's lots of different options there. Craig Wading says, unleavened Dow dumpling boiled with the fried. Man, you guys are trying to have dinner already. It's like dinner time. Pulse guy's got the hearts out. Robin says, can't DM me on Twitter, but you can DM me on Discord. If you're on Discord, Superman #9055 on Discord there, Robson. After stream, I'll tweet you and you can send me DM. Okay, cool. So hit me up on Discord. You can do that freely. So Superman at #9055. Pretty easy. I was thinking of profit tips there. Jack says game. Oh, there's the link for checking a sacrifice, folks. If you haven't checked it, make sure you check it. You're happy with that? Jack says any game theory for our PRC Shiba. I have a minted mint. I have mine staked on Shiba swap, so it should transfer over the staked on Pulsechain. Yeah, it should do. It will do if it's in your wallet. So if that's in your wallet, I'm not sure of that mechanism. But if that is in your wallet, then it should do. It's got to be in your wallet for the airdrop. It needs to be able to read your wallet. It's got to be in your. Let me rephrase it. It's got to be in your address on the blockchain at that time. So as long as it's in there, it's not in some third-party contract, you will get that. Check. Got to be very careful. That's got to be in your wallet for the blockchain height when it gets forked off. Pulse got the heart there with Pulse Goddess. Nice. Yo, says Jason Ruby. And thank you so much, says Queef. You're welcome. Smash up the thumbs there, says Brownie. Absolutely get in there. We've got 60 people watching. Whoa, crazy number of people. It's good to see you all. Not your keys, not your coins. Yeah, you must have the keys to your coins. So they must, if you're going to get the airdrop for Pulsechain, the biggest crypto airdrop in crypto history, you do have the tokens in your wallet showing up on the blockchain. So that's very important. If it isn't a third-party contract that you're, maybe making good yield out of it, it will be in their contract, not in their wallet, not in your wallet. It's kind of like that. Now we were going to have a quick thing here. So we got the winner, or at least the chosen one was Shiba Inu. It's $13 billion here. We're going to do one more poll here. It's going to be very quick, and we'll make this 3-minute poll. We won't make it 5 minutes because this is sort of an addendum, as it were. Is that right? An addendum? Yeah, I think so. I'm just teasing. Let me put the number in there. 30. We'll do 100 plus, and then we'll do 75%, and we'll do 50%. Actually, I better do it the other way. Let's do that way. Take that out. 75% plus. All right, bear with me. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. 50%, and then 25. All right, so this is what percentage of value of what percentage of Shiba value 13.1 pillar will it be on Pulsechain? That's kind of, hopefully that's let's do that. Right, cool. Hey, Mr. Whippy's coming. Mr. Whippy's coming, folks. All right, there's the poll. This is the final poll. I just added this in, and hopefully it makes sense. So what percentage of Shiba value, 13.1 billion at the moment, do you think will be on Pulsechain? I guess it can be over any sort of, maybe, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, something like that. It doesn't have to necessarily have a time, particularly time dimension, obviously not maybe multiple years, but let me know where you think the price might go in relation to Shiba value on Ethereum. Now, this is a market cap. We're talking about market cap, not talking about volumes. That's to be worked out by the AMM bot with the 10,000 division ratio switch over. Let's have a look here. Brownie's got a few things in there. We said Robin said send you a friend request on the links. Cheers. I appreciate that, Robson. Do appreciate it. And nice. I think we've got the I can't remember what the fast button was for that. All right, so we got this is going to run for 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes. Is that a good amount of time? Yeah, 3 minutes is going to be good. So we'll see what percentage of Shiba value will it be on Pulsechain. So I guess it's the one thing is trying to pick the token you think is going to get a lot of support, a lot of popularity, and of course get that priced up. It's not always just the fact that the token might be really useful, but are a lot of people trying? Do you think a lot of people are going to pick that token up? And of course, that's that way. If you get a big bag of that token, a lot of people are going to get on after you and push that price up over time, not necessarily day one, but over time. And then, of course, how high do you think that the valuation might go up compared to Ethereum? Because theoretically, it could go all the way up, right? Some tokens may even be more valuable on Pulsechain, and of course, a successful chain that could happen, particularly if the project itself actually adopts the token as well. So there's a couple of aspects to think about. That's why I'm not going into all that, because there's so many details around each token. It does take a bit of research to think about. Cool. Quick says 110% is my estimate. Lol. Yeah, so I got plus 75% plus. So that includes over 100%. So just remember that if you think it's going over 100%, 75% plus, that's good enough for me. I only have 4 options, so I guess I try to make it reasonable. Maybe I could have ignored the 0. Everyone's gone over 25%. I could have ignored that. Nice one there, Queef. Jack says, I own most SHIB and Hex. What do you think of a liquidity pair of the 2 SHIB swap? Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a pretty decent pair, I would suggest, Jack. I think that there will probably be a decent trade pair there. We haven't seen one, but a Pulsechain is going to open up a whole ton of liquidity pairs for Hex. I think so. Yeah, it's going to be super fast, super cheap. So I don't see any reason why not. I think a lot of them will be more organic. It's going to be interesting to see. I think if SHIB does really well, I could definitely see a SHIB Hex pair. All right, 2 minutes. So we're coming up to 15 votes. Imagine what we did better than the final round. We got more votes in the final round. That'd be crazy. This is the way we go. Hey, we got someone voted on the bottom category now. Going pretty good. Cool. All right, I'm gonna leave that open for another 2 minutes. 3 minutes just seemed too quick, so we'll leave it open for 5 minutes. And I'm sure you guys can bear with me for a bit longer. What else? Paul Scotty says, hit me up on Twitter for frequency out the device info. We'll do. Let me just, I got to write in Robson's one there. Actually can't write that in there, so it's cool. All right. Hit me up on Twitter for frequency, health, and device info. Wealth without health is of no value. That's true, Paul Scottis. Love the polls. There's Brownie. Yeah, I thought it's kind of cool. Bit of fun too. We have obviously do a lot of informational stuff, infotainment stuff. It's always good to have a bit of fun with, what is kind of what's coming up. It's going to be very serious. And of course, people will be real money. When we move out of the Pulsechain, be real money. People will be, making actual decisions that impact them. Liquidity providing is dangerous in general, says Queef. Yeah, but there's always people that get into it. And if you get in early, it can often be a reasonably good play, depending on the pool. But typically larger people need to get into liquidity. Otherwise, it can. But Hex is a proven token. SHIB is proven. It's got to be get proven on Pulsechain. But I see it as definitely one of the better tokens. And obviously, that won the vote today. I thought it was pretty interesting. All right, so we're up to the poll there. We didn't extend it. Okay, we've still got a minute to go. We've got 22 votes. Just give a chance for people that want to vote there. 53 people watching at the moment. Definitely. Francis in the house. I love Jesus. And lots of green hearts. Love it, Francis. And let's go into the house. Let's go into the buy and burn. See what the burn is at the moment while we wait for the poll to finish. It's got 0 on the burn at the moment. I'm not sure. Oh, 13 billion. Hey, we reached 13 billion on the buy and burn on PulseX. Woohoo! Nice. We're doing well there. And we're coming up to the end of the poll. We've got 22 votes. It's almost finished. 30 seconds to go. And we'll finish the poll up. But that's going good. The info there. What's the best token today performing? Top 10. Algo, which is the one we invested. Man, what's my Algo worth then now? Let's have it. We weren't going to look till tomorrow. Should we look now? Let me know if we should look at the Algo, see whether we made more money or less than what we had before. Cool. We're almost for 24 votes. We're almost finishing the poll. It's almost finished. It's coming up. I see it. I feel it. It's going to happen. Let's go. Hey, we've got James Bond in the house. Quiff says, do you think we will find a way to exclude Pulsechain from the crypto.org market cap? No, I think we'll probably get a lot more access with Pulsechain. People can't ignore it. It's too much money involved. All right, so the poll's ending. 24 votes. Let's end it. And let's see what the results are. James Bond's in the house. Oh, yeah, live again, says James Bond. Always good to see James Bond in the house. And there we are. What percentage of Shiba value? 13.1 billion will it be on Pulsechain? We've got 37% that think it's going to get priced up, 75% over some time frame after launch. So we weren't specific on the price game. I just said at least 3, 6, 9 months or so. It's kind of in that time frame. 75%. Wow, that's awesome. 33% said over 25%. And that's probably a more conservative, safer bet because obviously the lower you are, more chance you've got being right. And then of course 25% over 50%. So we actually have 62% that thinks it's going to be over 50% or more. And I feel pretty confident about that too. It's going to be interesting. We got 4% that say over 0%. So between 0 and 25%. So pretty cool on that. That's a really good poll. And I think, I can see that happening for sure. Nice. All right. So that's our final poll. That's pretty fun too. Some pretty insightful stuff. I think people are going to be fighting hand over foot to get a hold of that Shiba on the chain. That's for sure. So obviously the people that have Shiba on Ethereum, whatever price, if they sell it at low price, it's still free for them, right? It's an airdrop and they get some value they didn't have before. But for others buying it, they see, well, this is actually a really popular token. I'm going to buy it and of course get all that stuff and it's going to be pretty fascinating. And for Shiba, a community, they're going to say, well, this is super cheap, super fast. Why are we paying all this expensive Ethereum fees over on Ethereum when we can do everything over on Pulsechain for super cheap? So it's going to be interesting to see that play out too. Man, oh man, it's going to be fun to watch. TikTok says most DeFi check profits. Yeah. And Queef says Algo. Yeah. Algo Lambo time. Yeah, Algo Lambo time. I love that we can come back and check these polls in 6 months. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tic Tac. All right, so let's actually have a look and see. We're going to do a we'll call this a check-in on our $250,000 trade that we made earlier today, and let's see what our value is. I think we were doing USD. So what we're doing, I guess we're doing different pairs. They're kind of different, but let's do the USD pair. I've got some USDL, by the way. We'll do USD PAM. So we're still doing. Oh, we're still way higher. We're still way higher. Are you kidding me? I think we're up near $500,000. Oh man, that's awesome. That's so good. So we're at 250,000. We're at almost $500,000. We almost 2x our money in like what's that? 5 hours. We almost doubled our X. Almost. That's awesome. Hey, drinks on me. Drinks on me at Xologist's house. With his kids and family and stuff. That's pretty epic. That is, man, oh man, that's good. What are we going to have tomorrow? Is it going to be down? Is someone do a big sell-off tomorrow because they pumped their bags? And of course, we'll find out. So there, that's on USDC. Let's look at Pulse here with the routing. Over $500,000 on Pulse. So it's just over $500,000. Man, oh man. And we're up to 20. What's that on with 229 million Pulse, man? That's epic. We could get with we could sell that. We could take all our Pulse over and stake that with the validators. That'd be pretty epic. So the validators here. What's the top one there? We could get into the validators here. We could add to that. Let's have a look here. So we did one. We need. Oh, I can't even read that. I'm going to put my Clark Kent glasses on. What's that? So 6.9 million. We need 6.9 million on that. I know I can zoom on it on the computer, but we need 6.9 million to get into this top one, which happens to be Zik Analytics. I didn't know what Zik Analytics is. So what is Zik Analytics? It must be a project that's coming on to Pulsechain, yeah? I don't know what that is. Zik. Oh, it doesn't even have. I didn't even copy it over properly. I'll look at that another time. ZykeAnalytics.com. Zyke Analytics, whatever. Anyway, so we'll look at that another time. Anyway, so we could definitely get into that, and 69 billion in there. So there'd be a decent share of that. Decent share at 200 and something million. Cool. What else? What about PulseX? We'll do finally PulseX and Hex. I think we'll do PulseX. Just under 500, just under half a million just on PulseX and Hex. What would Hex bet us? Hex, $515,000 on Hex. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's cool. That's crazy. I don't know why it routes like that. So kind of the arbitrage opportunities seem insane, but this is what it goes. Superman rocks this. It's now. I appreciate that. It's now. And don't forget Gen Hex live stream tomorrow panel with all the up and coming content creators. It's now will be on there, I'm sure, with Craig and Gen Hex. So check that out. Both of their channels are on the list there. James Bond says, "Yeah, Lambo's like a boss Superman." yeah, that's true. Well, who does Lambos the best? Well, I've seen so many Lambos in the community. People getting covered. Rack and Michelle with his Lambos. Pretty fancy. He really loves his cars, this guy. Pretty cool. What else were we on there? Let's I think Hex has had a bit of a pullback, so definitely look at that. Let's have a quick look at the Hex price. I think it actually broke below 13 cents after going up to almost 14 cents. I think Hex is just actually broke below 13, which is we thought that yesterday we might have a green Sunday. At least I said that. I thought we might have a green Sunday, a green weekend, I should say. Now we still have a lot of time in the weekend because many of you haven't even started the weekend yet. So that's still not broken. But let's see whether we get a bit of a reversal here on the price. So boom. So that, folks, is pretty much the end of that one. So how to become a crypto whale. Pulsechain Gold Rush price discovery is coming soon. So you're all early. And if you're watching this video afterwards, get yourself up to speed with Pulsechain. All the links are in the video description. Learn as much as you can. And of course, if you've got tokens on Ethereum, you'll get a free airdrop. You have to do anything when it launches. All you have to do is add the Pulsechain onto your wallet, like a MetaMask wallet, and flick over from Ethereum to Pulsechain, and you'll see your airdrop. And hey, when the bridge opens up, you'll see a US dollar value there. Man, it's going to be exciting. Exciting as bad. And of course, if you want to speculate and pick up as many of those tokens as you can, maybe Shiba, for example, you could potentially become a big whale. Even though you missed the original bull market on those, you may very well have a chance of getting a second chance at doing that. So it's going to be fun to see that play out. This never been done before. First system state copy of Ethereum. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, Hex here down at 12.9 cents. And we're in that quiet phase before Pulsechain launches. And of course, typically in quiet places, I should say, we have sometimes you can get the price being a little bit underwhelming, as it were. So yeah, let's have a look at the hourly on the chart. Yeah, see, we went up to 14, and then we just slowly slid down here. I don't have the volumes on this chart. Don't know why they don't show. Well, they do show up, but it's not very good showing up compared. So very low volumes, folks. Look at us. You can hardly see the volumes compared to the volumes over here. And then, of course, bang, you have to slide over there to see them. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, so we're down to 12.9. Looks like we spiked down to 12.7 in the previous hour. But here we are at the moment. So let's see where it goes. Obviously, at this price, you can pick up a whole ton more Hex. at these lower prices, and therefore if you're holding those Hex for the fork coming up for Pulsechain, you'll get a lot more Hex copied over as PRC20 tokens on Pulsechain. So pretty awesome. Don't forget you can buy Hex and stake Hex, 38% APY on average stake, 6.4 years at the moment. So pretty awesome. All right, cool. Let's have a look at Hedron. Hedron is also, if you've got Hex and you've staked it, every day that you serve, you can get some Hedron. And at the moment, of course, you can claim a 6x bonus at the moment. You got 6x bonus on. You got 7 days and 70 hours to get that. And then after that, it's going to drop to 5x. A special launch bonus over the first 100 days. Make sure you claim that in. That claim bonus will last the life of the stake. And of course, it applies to every single day. You get 1 Hedron per B share per day served times the volume bonus at the beginning. So in the future, people will only have a 1x. They'll only have the actual base volume. They won't have any volume bonus on top of that. So take that into account. All you have to do is hook up your connect your wallet. You'll see your stakes at the bottom there. Hit the claim button, and you'll be able to claim that bonus. Lock it in for the lifetime of the stake. And of course, you can mint Hedron anytime you like, any day, as long as you've got Hedron in the mintable Hedron there. You'll accrue Hedron every single day as it ticks over. You can mint it if you want to sell it or do other things. So very, very cool. So Hedron, let's have a look at the price. Let's have a look at the price of Hedron. Where is it here? Hedron version 3, pulling it up. And it's now says, but can we do it in 3 hours next time? It says it's now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, have a double on a double. That's true. A double on a double. Sold it on a double, 14x. 14x, yeah. 14 times, is it? I think it was 13 times, isn't it? 13 times for sold on a double. I think it's 13. We can all retire on the testnet, says James Bond. Yeah. I just made $500,000. You know, so that's how we roll in 5 hours. We made $250,000 in 5 hours. And you guys were there earlier. You saw how crazy it was. Serious question, is there a way to protect from sandwich bots? I think it's just the slippage. You don't have too much slippage. I think is the case. That's a good question, though, Brazolji. What is sandwich bot? Why did my last Hex stake before the decline? Just did my last Hex stake before the clone. Cannot wait to wake up in the mornings and check 4 charts to see them all mooning. I absolutely agree with Robson. When you're staked Hex, of course, you're going to get a copy on Pulsechain, and man, you're going to be earning dividends on both chains, and very good chance, in my opinion, that both chains will perform very well over time, because the ETH chain's not going anywhere. The Pulsechain is coming, and though the Pulsechain has a very good chance of dominating, it's pretty cool to have both on both chains. Boom! What's up, Hexkins? Crypto King in the house. The Hedron price is up 2,243. The low price in the last hour was it's 4 hour chart. Sorry, let me go to the hourly chart. Make it look like the Hex chart there. The low price was 3 hours ago. We had 2,110. So there we are. Let's have a look at the daily chart on Hedron, and we'll pull this up. Boom, 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 boom. So there's the Hedron chart. What day are we in, folks? I think we're in day 42. Let's check how many days. Day 42 on the chart, but I think day 43 on the Hedron claim. I think that's right. Yep, day 43. Yep, because we have 7 days, 20 hours to go. So day 42, and of course, we're actually holding the support line around this 21,200. It's funny, we're not quite down at the 78.6 retracement, but pretty close to it, but holding up. So nice. I think that's going to go off. I think Hedron's going to have another really nice price run. People that are accumulating down in this zone will probably be pretty happy, in my view, later on when Pulsechain launches. Probably before that. TikTok says, I'd love to know how to protect from sandwich bots. Yeah, we might pick up that topic there and another one. I'm going to remember that one. But my understanding is just a slippage is my understanding. Good morning, fellas. I know that people have got caught out, but I just don't know how they did that on the Hex chart, because the Hex chart is full of those bots playing out. Most of the spikes that we have, not all of them, but most of them seem to be MEV bot trades. Good morning, Hex Token says Hexmatic. Hey, good to see Hexmatics. Nice in the chat, very good. And Francis says hi, guys. Woo-hoo-hoo, says Francis. Nice. PulseX is moving up. It is. Is PulseX moving up? Let's have a look at on the PulseX there. PulseX versus what? PulseX versus. Oh my gosh! Hex is now worth 561,000 on the Hex. Are you serious? I'm not sure why it looks like that. The values here on this side don't look right. Not sure what's going on there. But look at PulseX. PulseX, and what do we got? One Pulse is 2.78. Hey, is that right? Is that getting stronger? Look at the pump. Pulse, it just got pumped. Pulse just got pumped. So we're at 245. Now we're at 277. On Pulse, that's just pumped, man. Man, oh man. Look at the weekly. Man, that's looking amazing. Wow. Okay. Do I have a lot of Pulse? No, I don't. I had lots of PulseX, but I have a lot of that's changed. Man, that's been a big trade. Let's have a look on that. That's pretty awesome. Big pump there. Let's go to the buy and burn, see if we've got any burn that I can burn. Maybe there's thousands of dollars that haven't been burned. We've hit over 13 billion on the burn. That's pretty positive. And we've got no burn to burn. There's no burn to burn. So we have to wait for that. We've got pretty low volumes trading at the moment, so probably with the amount of people that keep clicking that burn button, there's not a good chance of that. Yeah, 26% on Hex. PulseX up to. I don't know. This doesn't seem to update that fast. I don't know what the refresh rate is on this price change. It's the only thing. It never doesn't seem to. Certainly doesn't seem to be reflecting real time. When a bot sees your trade and front runs you and drives the real price high, and then your order goes through at a much higher price, and then the bot sells it down. Yeah, or it can happen the opposite way too. So yeah, good comment there, Brazolji. PulseX, the USDC. Yep, PulseX USDC. I think Pulse there, USDC, Pulse USDC. They don't have the price on that either. You have to actually go to under the pools for that. Pulse USDC. Bam, look at that, man. Wow. 2 up to 4 on one Pulse, and weekly on there. Nice. Okay, yeah, pump. Looking good. Change ratio 385 for USDC, so getting less. You were getting 500, 560, now you're getting 385, so pretty less than that. James says, let's double down on the trade, another 250,000 Superman. I don't have it, James. All I had, that was all I had. That's all. I did have 265. Remember, I lost 13,000. I lost 13,000 on the trade. Remember, liquidity farm. That's the first thing we did 2 days ago, or whatever. I lost 13,000. Look at that, I lost 13,000. It wasn't cool. Then we did the trade game, and now we're up massive. We're up 250. We've more than recovered. Yeah, so cool. Physiology says, yeah, I guess the slippage saves us, and the people who got caught must have messed with their settings. I think so too, Physiology. I think that's it. But I will actually probably get a look a bit more further into that, Physiology. It's a good question. Jack, it's one of those questions I've been meaning to look into, but always defer. What do you mean Pulse is pumping? I thought it's not out yet. Also, any thoughts on Shibarium? So Jack, we're just talking about testnet numbers. We're not talking about real numbers. Mainnet is not out yet. Shibarium. Now, is that referring to the burn feature that's coming up for Shiba or whatever? Let me know, Jack, because I haven't. I just faintly recognized that term, but I could be wrong. Yeah, not real Pulse, says Brazolji. Absolutely cool. So looking good there. I think that was pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hex is at 12.9 cents. Obviously, pretty good range to pick up Hex. What's the bottom? It's obviously in the quiet space for Pulsechain. So it's just showing a bit of weakness there as we lead into that. Waiting for some news from Richard Hart, no doubt. Maybe the puppies video will help move that up. But the weekend is only just beginning for most of you. So we'll see how that gets on. And Hedron at 2243. Nice. Hey, nice. All right, cool. All right, thanks everyone. That's an hour and a half. I think it's a good place to finish. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. This was 2 fun live sessions. I certainly enjoyed it. And big shout out once again to everybody in the chat. Also, a big shout out to the Hex Tokens channel supporters, all the subscribers out there. Do appreciate it. And hey, we're not going anywhere. We're just ramping up. Pulsechain's coming. This is going to be so exciting. Spread the word. Tell everybody you can. And help magnify the awesomeness that Richard Hart has created. I think it's going to be a lot of fun going ahead, folks. Woohoo! All right, let's get into it. Now, it's Saturday night here, so I'm going to be having a bit of a movie night tonight. So there, and I got Chinese dinner coming, so that should be pretty fun too. So here we are. That's about what I'm doing myself. Cool. Thanks for watching. It's if you're a Hex Token channel member, of course, smash out the emojis on the way up. You know, we roll. The crew says thank you so much again. Finbear's in the house as well. Woohoo! Likes, and I've got this down there with the woohoos. I like it. Finbear's in now. Yeah, Finbear. Always Finbear in the house. James Bond's in the house as well. Thanks, Superman. And Pulse is coming. Woohoo! Says Francis. Absolutely. Great work, Superman. You're the man, says Tic Tac. I appreciate that. And thanks for watching. And Jane says, let's go for 1 million by Monday. Yeah. Let's see. Well, tomorrow we're doing the checkup. So tomorrow live stream, make sure you check out because we're going to have the results on how we did with our 24-hour trade that we're doing. So far, we're up with 2x already in 5 hours. What will it be by tomorrow when we close that off, that trade out? We're going to sell for a profit, hopefully, and hopefully it's more than what we just got, which is already awesome. So I look forward to that with the turtles in front. Francis says, nice. All right, going to post some emojis myself. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, did 2 of those, so I'm pretty excessive there. There we go. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. I will see you both tomorrow. 2 more live streams coming out tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.